Waheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Waheguru Ji Ki Fateh. Welcome to this segment of Coach Gurbani's a-sabad-a-day. We continue with our recitation from Bavan Akhri Mahalla Panjama, the composition that is translated as 52 letters of the alphabet, composed by the fifth Nanak, Guru Arjan. First, the recitation. Slok Pat Rakhi Gur Parbraham Taje Parpanch Moh Bekar Nanak So Aradhiya Ant Na Paravar Paudi Papa Paramit Par Na Paya Papa Paramit Par Na Paya Patat Pavan Agam Har Raya Hot Puneet Kot Aparadhu Amrit Naam Japeh Mil Sadhu Parpanch Troh Moh Mitanai Jako Rakho Aap Gosai Paatsaho Chhatra Sirso Nanak Dusar Avar Na Ko. I was saved, says the Guru. I was saved from the delusion of the senses, Moho Bikar, by the Gur Enlightener, who is the vice-regent of the Supreme Self, in other words, the representative of the Supreme Self. Indeed, the Gur Enlightener is the Supreme Self. We communicate with the Gur Enlightener as knowledge, as wisdom. So the Supreme Self is known to us through its wisdom and its knowledge. That is innate to us. So Pat Rakhi Gur Parbraham. Pat Rakhi is also translated as the Gur restored my honor. So there is a sense here that somewhere down along the road, along the journey, we seem to have lost our honor. And what that means is somewhere we've become unaware, unconscious, spiritually, that is to say. We are not fully conscious. And so it takes the Gur Parbraham to actually restore that consciousness within us. So Pat Rakhi Gur Parbraham. Taj Parpanch Moh Bikar. Parpanch is actually the play of Maya, if you will, the world stage, this hustle and bustle, this running around, the world we live in short, is a parpanch. It's a stage that we get attached to, moho, and then become deluded by it, bikar, and then the mind fluctuates and is never steady. It keeps chasing shadows. So the Guru says, Nanak so aradhya, worship that so. And who is that? Antana paravar, whose limits cannot be fathomed. In other words, transcend your senses, because the physical world is not the end. It is ever-changing, it is limited, and you have within you the self, which is boundless, which has no boundaries, in other words. There's no time there, there's no space there. It's pure consciousness. Now, it's hard for us to imagine what that might be, but Guru Nanak is inviting us down that road. He's inviting us to make that journey, to find out for ourselves the possibilities. In the Pauri, he goes on to say, from the letter Papa of the alphabet, we derive Par Amit. Par is beyond the crossing, beyond the border. Par, on the other side. Amit means that which is immeasurable. So Par Amit, the self is immeasurable. Par Anapaya, and then for emphasis, its boundary is unreachable. And the self is transcendent. Agam Hararaya, what does it do? It restores us. It raises the fallen. Patit the Pavan. Patit, one who has fallen. Again, it is like being unconscious to yourself, that is to say. We are very much conscious in our egos, but we are not conscious of ourselves, the supreme self that is within as wisdom. So this self is worthy of worship. Nothing else is. No matter how many times our ego haume undermines us, we can always come out ahead. So this is a reassurance from the Guru. Hotu puneet kot aparadhu. This is also translated to say that the self will redeem millions of people, but I have chosen to translate it as addressed to the individual. Hotu puneet kot aparadh, because as individuals, we are in fact erring, if you will, at all times. The ego itself is a mass of error. So we are in fact engaged in kot aparadh. That is, aparadh is sinning. Sinning means missing the mark, not aiming for the right spot, missing the mark. And we do it endlessly. But despite how many times we undermine ourselves, if we seek the Gur enlightener and assimilate Gur wisdom, we can actually come out ahead. Amrit naam japo mil sadhu hot puneet kot aparadhu. Right? So you see, there is always hope. And then when you are guided by Gur wisdom, the machinations of the ego haume, the breach of trust that has happened between the ego and the self is repaired. Parapanchatro moho mitane. So Nanak, in the end, in the conclusion, stresses the fact that none other, dusar avaranako, none other but the wisdom of the self is the shelter that protects us. Patsau shatra sirso dusar avaranako. So seek the wisdom of the self from the Gur enlightener, and you will be aiming in the right direction, moving in the right direction, with your senses alert and your mind clear. On that note, until the next time, Waheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Waheguru Ji Ki Fateh.